All right, I want to start with an update on the Rashee Rice story out of Dallas that we talked about earlier in the week.
Hold on.
Rashee Rice was involved, apparently, allegedly, in a street race, high-speed race on a freeway in Dallas that caused a multi-car accident. I believe it left a woman and a baby in the hospital. Like, this was ugly stuff. New reporting makes me pretty convinced Rashee Rice might be the dumbest player in the NFL.
Why is that?
So Rashee Rice owns a Corvette and was leasing the Lamborghini involved in the street race. He was leasing it from the Classic Lifestyle, a specialized exotic car rental company in Dallas. And he signed a contract that said, you are the only person allowed to drive the vehicle. Go watch the crash video. That ain't Rashee Rice getting out of the driver's seat.
Oh, man.
This is a vehicle that rents for $1,750 a day and is worth $250,000. Rashee Rice signed a contract saying only he is allowed to drive it. Then it's involved in a high-speed crash on a Dallas freeway, and if the video is anything to go off of, he wasn't hopping out of the driver's seat. This guy might be in a huge amount of trouble.
And rightfully so.
How much is this a suspendable thing, or is it just simply a? If there was no alcohol, were there guns? Wasn't there a report that they were taking firearms out of the cars when they took off? Has that been confirmed?
I don't know that, but in the Roger Goodell random wheel of justice, you probably would suspend him if they find something that they feel like it damages the shield.
That's what I'm saying. If there were truly handguns, yeah, he's going to be gone for a long time.
Well, this also could, Cap, this could end up being, like, there will be civil charges. There could be criminal charges involved in this. And now that we know he signed a lease that he would never drive the vehicle, and there's video of him not getting out of the driver's seat.
Man, oh, man.
You know that the dealer, or the whatever this is, the exotic car rental company is going to come after him. He's going to be in trouble from a lot of places. Forget the NFL. Legally, he's going to be in some trouble.
Correct, but he's going to need to keep playing to be able to pay all those judgments against him, for sure. I'm just wondering, is that suspendable if there was no alcohol, drugs, or firearms? Hope there would.
What's the most that you've spent a day on a rental car when in your vacation, especially your vacations?
I haven't rented a car in a decade.
No kidding.
No.
It's Uber or walk.
Uber or walk. Because I'm not a huge drinker, you know that.
Yeah.
One Can Dan, as Waddle nicknamed me many years ago. But if we go to dinner and I want to have a glass of wine, I literally will not get behind the wheel of the car if I've had a sip. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I understand.
And some people out there are going, well, why not? If you only have one. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever.
Cap listens to those PSAs. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Whatever it is. I once said to Keith upstairs, I said, I may say some things you're going to roll your eyes and go, really? But you're never going to get the call, he got a DUI. Not going to happen. I'm not that dumb.
$1,750 a day for that car that we're talking about with Rice.
Do you rent a car usually on vacation?
Yeah, more times than not, yeah. Because we're going to big places. We're going to drive around. We like to drive around the neighborhoods also. So just the scenery thing. More so than just staying in downtown, whatever. We like to drive.
Right.
We're in California, going to drive up the freeway, of course. So, because it's so scenic.
Yep.
You know what? $250,000, a lot of money to a rookie, too. Like,
yes.
Rashee Rice should be like you and I. When you rent a car, just opt for the cheap sedan, man.
Yeah,
just get the little Volkswagen Jetta and have a good time.
That's right. Why do I need a luxury vehicle to rent? Just a nice one.
Because you're going to drag race.
Yeah.
And the Jetta's not as much fun to drag race, I guess.
Look, I can't cast aspersions on him regarding drag racing because you and I have been through this before. I told you this is something I did in high school. Stupidly with my old man's car, but I did. But not to the point where I was going to kill somebody. That's for sure. Drag racing behind Reich's Barnyard in Lansing is different than what he was doing.
Correct.
I mean, it's still dangerous. There's no doubt.
No doubt.
And you're right. There could be a chain reaction to all of this, Shay, what you said. It could be very serious. What else is on the docket?
Pete Prisco's mock draft has 4 quarterbacks going in the first 4 picks for the first time in NFL history. Caleb Williams obviously goes number 1 to the Bears.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels goes number 2 to the Washington Commanders. JJ McCarthy goes number 3 to the New England Patriots, and the Vikings move up to 4, trading with Arizona to select Drake May. That leaves the Chargers at 5, effectively with the number 2 pick in the draft as a position where they weren't interested when all 4 picks ahead of them. You could basically say they get number 1 in their perspective.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. That sounds to me like they've got the first pick because they're not taking a quarterback, so they get any position player they want.
There is a rumor going around. I believe it started on a message board, and it is since gaining steam, that the JJ McCarthy draft steam is all a Harbaugh chess play so that JJ will go in the top 4 and Arizona will be motivated to move their pick. It would leave Marvin Harrison Jr. on the board for the Chargers at 5.
Smart. If there is some blowback from the JJ McCarthy saying that he's not as good as what the reports were, again, that would not surprise me because I've stood steadfast in believing that he needs to be able to watch first. I did not see a dynamic quarterback. I saw a leader, but he still has some ways to go, to me, because he didn't have to do a lot. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying that being in the NFL system and watching would help him develop.
I don't disagree with that. I think he's a winner. I think he's a guy, if you put him in your system, but he sits like Aaron Rodgers did, he's going to be a really good player. Next year, no.
Just think about Harbaugh's the most ardent supporter, right? Harbaugh's the guy saying generational talent. He's the best quarterback since Andrew Luck. All this stuff not about Caleb, but about JJ McCarthy. If he's really that good, Jimmy, why aren't we trading Herbert and picking JJ here?
Because he ain't crazy. That's why.
It's what is the dead cap hit on
It's huge,
Justin
but
Herbert?
who cares? Look at Denver. They're eating $83 million.
Yeah, but they're not in a good spot. The Chargers feel like they can take a step.
Chargers are in a good spot?
They feel like with Jim Harbaugh that he's planning on winning next year. He's not going in there to tear that thing apart.
Tommy, is Tommy there yet? I was going to ask Tommy about Justin Herbert because at least if you're Jim Harbaugh, you got the quarterback you feel like you can mold and shape, right? You have the guy in place.
Agreed.
So that's what I think.